Stream. I think we're live. I am a happy cloud, and this is the top laner for the Glooters, guest casting with me, Arthur Dent. How's it going?
What's up?
We have a CEO match today between the current second place team on a 4-match, I don't think they've dropped a game since week 1 win streak, Canadian KFC versus the Bonk gang, who recently came off of a 2-0 when they picked up a new mid laner who has played with a few of these players from last split, Vindictus. This should be an interesting match. If the title is wrong, it's because I don't have the option to change it. I don't have that power. I was kind of asked to cast this like last minute. That's why we have Arthur here with me, but I'm excited. He's casted before as well. Should be a good match. We're going to see if they need pro draft. But yeah.
Honestly, Volibear.
Volibear, true. Julie from Bakugan is known for his Volibear. This is the first week that Volibear is allowed to be played in low budget LCS. And we're going to get pro draft, it looks like.
Okay, nice.
We have one viewer. I don't know if it is announced. And everyone, come watch. CEO teams duke it out! Exclamation
I think the
point.
bot does automatically.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, while they get the pro draft set up, we'll talk about the game a little bit. I'm pretty excited for this match. After their humiliating defeat, one might say, at the hands of the Glue Eaters, Canadian KFC reevaluated. They took a step back, went in the hyperbolic time chamber, reevaluated their entire game plan, and have been on a tear. They've had a couple close games, but for the most part, they have kind of been destroying everyone they've played against. I think the closest game was like their game 2 maybe versus Spin Doctors. Other than that, it's been pretty one-sided. They have
They've been
picked
playing
up
the Rumble a lot.
playing the Rumble mid, picking up the tempo. The Bonk gang has been kind of chilling. I don't know their record before. They did play Glue Eaters and we beat them 2-0, but last week they debuted with Vindictus, and Vindictus had 2 pop-off performances, one on Cassidon and one on Lucian mid, and dropped, I think, double-digit kills both games.
They hard carried the Lucian one.
Hard carried, huge performances.
And I'm excited to see the mid matchup.
Yeah, it should be good.
Also, Victor and Ghost are buffed in this patch, so I think Bonking might want to be in the Victor.
Yeah, so Ninja Bear is known for his Victor. Victor got some buffs on this latest patch. Small buffs, but bigger change is Ghost was buffed. And if Victor can get a matchup that's not terrible, he can really pop off with that Ghost. And Victor gets resets and fights. Volibear also got buffs. That's a champ that I expect to see maybe banned or picked. Picked from the side of KFC. And yeah, it should be an interesting battle here. So they have Suck My Fish in Charizard is not playing today. Here's the spectator link. I can pull this up really quick. Display capture. There we go. Okay, so we're getting the pro draft ready. And yeah, this should be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to see if Bonk Gang can continue their like upward momentum from last week, and then at this on the same pay, I guess at the same point, I'm excited to see if Canadian KFC can continue their like dominating streak that they've had going on. Should be a really interesting matchup here. I think we're just waiting on the spectator link here. But yeah, Victor, really big pick for Ninja Bear. Pretty much permaban versus him. Got buffed on this patch. And I don't think Ninja Bear thinks Victor is particularly amazing. He plays him because it's like his favorite champ and it's his main. But this definitely, I think, raises him up on the priority, like a tier list of mids, maybe. I still think these mage
Yeah, maybe.
champs.
I still think he's like in coordinated play. I think he's pretty good, but in solo queue, I think he's still not the strongest.
Yeah, I think he's still like a tier below, like the Syndra or the Azir, Orianna, those type of champs. But we'll see. Lucian mid ban. That could be going to Dr. Tree, but Vindictus did have like a 17 kill game on Lucian or something wild. So, as expected, the Kled ban levied against the Gar Thresh ban. Kled, okay, Thresh ban. Towards Suck My Fish. Wukong ban. The Gar getting a lot of bans here in set. The first
I
round.
like the Wukong ban. I think Wukong egregious champion.
Bear ban. They're picking the Xayah. First pick Xayah. Do they take the Rakan in response?
I think you kind of want to. The Rakan's still really good.
We had to let them win one. They would have reported us again or quit the league, and we didn't want to upset them any more than we did with our emotes. Funny that both they and their no-no squares emoted in their matches against us. But what do I know? I play the game once a week. The special needs league is where it gets saucy, though. Ego's bigger than Elo's down here.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's top tier.
You know, I'm copy pasting it.
Oh, please. Please, pin that. Galio locked in, a Ninja Bear pick, and Talia. This is a champ that's normally banned versus Julie. This might be a reminder for people to ban it. And Olaf. So Olaf is
I think
like
if you're red side here, you have to ban.
Rakan.
Oh,
Right?
never mind. I would ban Rakan. I was thinking ban Jarvan, but I guess it's Talia jungle.
Now this could be
So.
a Galio support. They could be going for like a little fake out play here. I don't think Galio support is necessarily great into their team, but neither is Galio mid. We could see it. They still get to save counter pick for mid though, so like regardless, the flexing of Galio might not be as effective. Right, everyone can see my display there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Pantheon ban and Vladimir. So a lot of bans against the Gar. Well, in 3 bans, because for those of us that just are tuning in, that first ban is a Kled ban. But yeah, we'll see what they pick here. I'm guessing they'll be picking top. They could think Galio's going mid. It could. Okay, Cassio. I wonder what they'll pick in response to Cassio.
So they have to show top here. I'm guessing Sion or Singed or Yorick.
I like the Scion here. It gives a lot of front line to Xayah and Talia. Ornn could be a good pickup too.
Yeah, Ornn is up.
Okay, so it's the Rumble mid. It looks like with the Galio. Could be Rumble top.
Most likely mid.
I Don't know how much I like this. They have a ton of damage, but they are like super AP heavy. So items like Spirit Visage on the Olaf, and in hell even Abyssal Mask maybe on Cassio. That's been a thing. Could be like really effective pickups here. I also, although Ninja Bear's Rumble is fierce, I do think Cassio is considered like a decent matchup into Rumble if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the match is pretty good for Cassio.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser. Okay, so pretty AP heavy comps for both sides. Um,
With the silly decomp like KFC has, if you allow your bot lane to fall behind, it can be pretty hard to actually gain ground if they start stacking MR.
yeah, true. So it's definitely going to be a play around bot. They have good gank setup with Galio and Xayah. Gonna go with this. There we go. With Galio and Xayah here. Dr. Tree got his Jin. This is his like infamous pick, one might say. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see.
I'm excited to see Julie's Talia. It's usually banned.
For sure. It is, yeah, it never gets through. But now that Volibear is new and improved, you might have to be getting, might be a permaban now. People fear it.
Playtime's over.
Just doing the random bans doesn't really matter as long as they don't ban. Um, you know,
A silent death.
what's necessary.
You're scared. Good to know.
Those of us who are tuning in and haven't been here before, we are the Low Budget LCS. This is Canadian KFC versus the Bonk Gang. Title is incorrect. I don't have power to change it.
The bond is angry.
The We have games almost every week, streamed kind of sporadically. Sometimes it's almost usually once a day actually. You can follow us on Twitch. We have our Discord if you scroll down on the Twitch channel here. We have a YouTube channel as well. Check us out. My name's a Happy Cloud and I'm casting here with Arthur Dent.
Hello.
Yeah. We're just getting ready to get in a champ select here.
Right.
So, although I think in terms of champions for Canadian KFC, they have comfort. They are very AP heavy, and I think Galio has pretty good synergy with Rumble and Talia, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more lockdown. Like Scions is not guaranteed, you know. And I do think that if this Olaf can somehow get ahead, it's going to be really difficult. Now, Ninja Bear has been running the league with his Rumble. He has been giga smurfing. So so we'll have to see if Vindictus can potentially slow the pain train down, you know what I'm saying?
I do like the bonking draft, at least in the mid jungle. I think Cassio Olaf is in general going to be a lot stronger. Unless Talia gets like a bushwhack sort of combo. So I think if you can kind of exert your pressure on the Rumble through that, you can kind of stop the free ult spot and whatnot.
For sure. They have a lot of bot lane is going to be I think a battle too. They have both lanes have a lot of lockdown. So whatever one gets ahead, I think we'll be able to like really push that advantage. In the top lane, I expect them to leave that alone. From our resident top lane master, is Mordekaiser favored in the Mordekaiser Scion matchup?
Yep. Although past a point, Mord can't really kill Scion because of
Too tanky.
Scion's W passive, stacking health. With other tanks, it's a lot easier for Mord, but Scion can kind of just kite him out.
Alright, excited to see how it goes. This is game 1, guys. Well, you have 3 minutes spectator delay. Make sure to tell your friends. We're streaming. I know it's a late one. For those of us on the East Coast, it's 10:16 currently. For people like me on the West Coast, my night's just getting started. Also, while I have you all here, Low Budget LCS is currently doing signups for their Valorant League. Sign up on the Discord, meet your friends, make a team, ball out. The league will be starting in July, mid-July, after the finals of the League of Legends League. Three dudes, one scape says, heard the Gar has a dirty Rammus top. Hope he pulls it out this game.
Not this one. If Aristocrat plays Urgot, I would like to see the Rams counterpick though.
The hardcore Rammus counterpick.
I think that's the only matchup Rammus is viable top lane. And it's so oppressive in that specific matchup.
I hadn't seen Rammus in like probably a few months, and I saw one today in my solo queue. That champ is definitely not a 2020 champ. All I'm gonna say. I'm Arcadius in the chat. Shout out to him. Alrighty, we're getting ready to go. Oh, no, we're not. I lied. How's your night going, Mr. Dent? Good?
I just made tacos.
Nice.
And then I had cookie dough ice cream. Pretty solid.
Even sounds like a night. Sounds like a good ass night.
Just watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with my brother.
Damn.
Just chilling.
Just keeps getting better and better. Tacos, ice cream, always sunny.
They might be going downhill from here. We'll see.
You get to watch some low budget LCS and cast with your favorite mid laner. A happy cloud.
Noted cat abuser.
Noted the Katarina abuser. Make sure to ban Cat versus the Glue Eaters.
Really don't want to be letting that through.
Tallest Katarina main in the league. Summoner spell breakdown. We got Exhaust on Galio and Barrier on Cassiopeia. Then the classic Ignite on the Rumble.
Bear opted for a comment on the Rumble.
I feel like that's kind of common into range matchups, right?
I'm less familiar with Rumble mid, but when I play Rumble top, I like Comet versus melee. And electrocute into range, because if you're fighting a range champ, you're kind of trying to dump everything onto him at the same time.
Interesting. I think it's the opposite
not
for
sure, though.
mid, from what I gather. Although I know like that Challenger NA Rumble guy just pretty much goes electrocuting everything.
Oh, went? Yeah.
When Predator got buffed too, though. Could be an option. It looks like they're invading for some deep vision here. Talia level 1 is fierce. Mordekaiser could potentially get flanked if he's paying attention. Okay, they're just
Fighting
brawling.
bot lane. For vision.
Okay, they get a hook in. I don't think it matters. A little bit of an action going in there. They get a ward down. Canadian KFC has a really early mid ward right here. This might disappear shortly. We'll have to see. I don't expect Olaf to early gank though, so it shouldn't really matter. Sorry I don't have this the cool setup, by the way, guys, the overlay. I don't think I received anything like that yet, unfortunately. Maybe I did, actually. I should check my messages. Oh, we gotta pause.
I'm interested to see the Talia path. Because I don't see a lot of Talia jungle in my games. Is it... It's probably clears pretty fast. I wonder if you full clear on it. Although maybe Olaf just invades you if you try to full clear. I'm not sure.
Ooh, I have the LBLCS stuff actually, I just did not put it. I don't know how to set it up because I am not very good at this stuff. Regardless, it is low budget LCS, that is true. Predictions for this game based on comp or comfort picks. So earlier I think we both alluded to we like the bonking team comp a lot. I think they have a stronger mid 2v2 and their damage spread seems a little stronger. I do think the mid game spike on the side of Canadian KFC is pretty good though. The issue is this bot lane, if PP's Bears does not get ahead, MR is going to be very valuable this game. Items like Spirit Visage, Abyssal Mask, Merc Treads are going to go a long way. If Olaf can get to potentially like a Death's Dance early, he might be like able to just effortlessly kill people. So we'll have to see. But we're into the game now.
I think if Canadian KFC does not snowball early, Bonk game, Theory has the comp advantage, but
For sure.
nothing's that clear cut in game, so.
Some normal farming. Rumble getting the shove on Cassio. Cassio can't really afford to use mana early for E refunds, but if although she has a fierce level 1 and 2, if she E's more than like 5 times, I think she'll just go run her mana pool.
Pretty fair with a good chicken ward.
Yeah,
You know exactly how on pace LF is.
for sure, yeah. So he'll set Julie doing like an interesting two camp and back, it looks like. Or went like a long way. So he did the Krugs, red Krugs into the blue. Potentially changing up his path because he's afraid of getting counter ganked by Olaf. So Olaf opting not to do a full clear. He's coming up to counter gank or get a ward down. Nice.
I think personally I don't like this. You're kind of wasting time before crab. If you do your full clear correctly, you can finish all your camps by like 308. Which I believe is faster than Talia, but
So Vindictus gets a
should
good
still be fine.
trade there, but he just, like we said, just completely Luckily he has a lot of pots. Opting for the phase rush actually this game, which I think is better. Will help him kite around.
Okay, Julie loses the top crab, might look with the bottom one here.
Yeah, Olaf not looking like he's not booking it over there. Might just take his Krugs, do his Raptors and reset, or look for a gank. Yeah, it looks like Sababado, is his name, is really trying to just defend his solo laner, his solo laners here, with the matchup advantage they have.
Tilly will go for the bot crab. They do a bot prio. I think Talia needs to be the one to make an aggressive move. The Olaf just kind of wants to farm.
Yeah, I think Talia's a champ that needs to gank early because she needs the gold spike to get the runic echoes. 'Cause I think once she has runic echoes, she like one-shots the camps. And until then, kind of like Echo Jungle, her farming isn't super good. So we'll have to see. The lane position's in a really good spot here for the Bonk gang bot lane. Guard just trying to get his best to shove, probably gonna back off. Yeah, pretty quiet game. Ninja Bear doing a really good job of keeping even in this lane, not getting poked out, and actually, I would say out trading Vindictus.
Solid trades.
Yeah, he hasn't even had to use a pot yet. Oh, they're making a play, and first blood. Wow. Well done. Down Olaf. One of Olaf's weaknesses is okay. We got a trade here. Does he go for it? Yep. Yeah, one of Olaf's biggest weaknesses is he gets pretty low in his jungle to clear at the early game. So a champ like Talia that does a lot of damage can look for the one shot. Bear trying his best to zone her off the creeps here, which really probably has an advantage in this lane until Cassio gets her tier. Then I would say it might go back to being Cassio favored.
Sorry, you're at 608?
Yeah.
609? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that kill's really big for Talia. You know, maybe start to impact her solo lanes a little bit more.
Olaf needs to worry more about farming here and just catching back up. Like, Olaf's the type of champ that if he's left alone, he can farm all 4 quadrants of the jungle faster than most other champs can. And interesting here, Vindictus opting not to go tier on the first back, but's going the Lost Chapter. Maybe because he has access to the Corrupting Pod, he's just looking to play like really aggressive now. But because of Olaf showing top, they figure he's doing his top camp, so they're going to do an early dragon here. Really well done from Canadian KFC.
About the Lost Chapter, the Shy does it a lot on Rise. He starts corrupting and then he goes Lost Chapter. I think you just get a bigger damage spike, and it's more consistent than like tier and just refillable.
Makes sense. So we just got a little preview of a Cassiopeia trade where he landed poison, 3 Qs takes him down to half health, or 3 Es. Really happy to see Vindictus back in the league here. I think he's like one of the better mids from last season, and nice. And I think it's definitely a boost to Bonk gang here. I think he's getting roamed on. Might be forced to flash. Still get him. Yeah, he's dead. Nice gank. Nice roam timing from Hung Stepsis on his Galio here. That was good. Yeah, Vindictus needed to flash maybe a little earlier. He tossed down the miasma thinking maybe it might wait to E, but okay, just getting it all in here. Mordekaiser popping the ult. I don't know if he has enough damage here. Ult away. Yeah. Talia there for insurance, but just better for the guarders to get out of there. Arthur, I get a little scared of the enemy team when I see Ninja Bears rumble with a kill. This man has been
walking bot very soon.
tearing it up. We'll have to see what can happen. So Olaf even though he died, is hit level 7 before Talia. This is kind of the strength of this champion. Ooh, Talia coming in.
He'll win. He becoming forward.
He doesn't have his ult, so he probably just dies here.
The flash of Leah. So.
So they get Talia flash, but they burn Mordekaiser, the Mordekaiser TP, and they get another kill on Vindictus. This is kind of the strength of Rumble. If he gets ahead at all in these like early game skirmishes, he's so strong. Talia brings a ton of damage to ganks. She already has the runic echoes. Here we go. So what you said. He's looking bot. Oh, nice flash forward.
Rumble to cut off the escape.
Gonna get the flash. And yeah, great play bottom. Really well done.
Yeah, they're really playing their early game really well here.
This is kind of what we said they needed to do, right? They needed to pull this early game lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if the Gar here can... Yeah, they just don't do this fast enough. Standing there, the Gar is able to... Maybe he aggro's this because his team's coming. Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like they just give it up.
Gold.
Which is also fine. Ninja Bear with a 8 CS lead, but more importantly, he's got those 2 kills. He gets a plate as well. Currently sitting on... Can't switch to gold for some reason. Am I not?
It's X.
Oh, there we go. It's because I was looking at the stream. Ninja Bear currently sitting on 1,400 gold. I expect him to potentially finish this Haunting guys. He gets a ward. I think I'm more of a fan of getting Blasting One than finishing the guys. I think Haunting guys itself is kind of, kind of mediocre. Just getting the AP early is better than just combining, but
yeah, it's a little bit more gold efficient too.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Galio's here. Okay, we got some action going on 2 different fronts. Talia chasing Nautilus down, gets the kill. Looks like nothing happened mid.
Yeah, let's just head to ult away.
But they're doing a really good job of playing around this mid lane and getting Rumble to his power spikes. Daisy really doing a really good job on this Galio. Mordekaiser, even though he got that early solo kill, is not really doing much in these trades. I'm sure. Oh, huge Talia ult here. Getting the knockup, Dr. Tree is for sure dead. Wow. Nuts kill. And yeah, this is a really kind of what we've been seeing from this team in general though, but this is like a very nuts, kind of a classic Canadian KFC early game. Very high tempo, playing around this Rumble very well. I'm really surprised, by the way, that people are not banning the Rumble. He pops off every game.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at their bans.
It was Kled.
They went Wukong, Volibear, Kled. Yeah, I think you drop Kled and maybe Wukong because he doesn't. I don't think play that much. I think you ban Rumble instead.
Yeah, I'm very surprised no one is. People are just giving it to him, and to me, it's almost a little bit disrespectful because he's been popping off so hard lately. But we'll see. Game isn't over. It's only a 2k gold lead. They have a lot of gold on their jungler and mid here, though.
Bonk does scale very well, so
They do scale very well, true.
they can get some gold into their Jhin, or still top more. They're in a fine spot.
I do think if Mordekaiser gets some MR, he will be a menace. Team fights here. But it's looking good. They have 2 dragons here. They're playing well. Oh, he cancels his zone back. Oh no. That's a
Flash
flash.
line. Kill off his ult away again.
Nice dodge there by PP's Bear and a great rumble ult. Doing a ton of damage. Who gets the heal
It's
off?
not
Does he?
enough.
Oh my god, he heals him and he barely dies there. Galio blocking the rest of this Jinnle and then just clean execution on the side of Canadian KFC, guys. Oh, okay, they get a kill. A little bit disrespectful of Daisy, maybe looking for a potential taunt over the wall. Not realizing that he's tanky, but they still do a decent amount of damage. This Jhin is almost on his IE, so he does have a little bit of damage. And although they have a pretty big lead, it is kind of what you stressed. They do have a Cassiopeia in the mid lane. This is the time of the game where Rumble is supposed to be stronger and really impacting the map. But once we hit 2 or 3 items, Cassiopeia really will start to take off here and potentially. And she's like a hyper carry, right? She can buy a whole another item slot more than any other champ.
She can't buy boots.
She can't buy boots because she's a snake. Pretty wild. We appreciate that some people are tuning into the low budget LCS rather than the actual LCS that is currently going on right now. Which is cool. You got 2 monitors, you can toggle between both. Right now Cloud9 I think is playing against FlyQuest, which is pretty awesome. A rematch of the finals. So Sion with this adaptive helm is putting in work. It looks like
It's really good versus both Cassio and Mord.
Mord might be forced to flash. Oh, perfect. Good CC chain there. So Mordekaiser might be working towards a Proto Belt with his Kindle Gem, or potentially Visage Ray. Canadian KFC going for the Herald here. EP Bears still doesn't have his ult, so they definitely could look for something here. His E's down. Oh, he has his ult, never mind.
Ult out of the... Yeah.
Yeah, just pretty safe
Protect
under
the
his
turret,
turret.
I think.
So Nautilus opting just to get him off the turret rather than roaming, as well as Galio.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
This Rumble is fierce. He's sitting on his Leandries, doing so much damage. Torching him. Cooking up some snake. Tastes like chicken. Julie
that was
with
definitely a flash.
interesting flash.
A good attempt. That's something, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe a fat finger potentially. Olaf just going for it. Actually steals it.
That's my favorite kind of...
Oh, huge stun from Vindictus.
It's a really good team fight for Bonk game.
Yeah, Bonk Gang actually kind of coming up on top of this team fight. I don't
Sion
know.
has no armor.
Sion,
He does
yeah.
have flash.
Sion's forced to flash out here. Wow, okay, so...
Yeah, 4 for 3. Not bad at all.
Yeah. So not only does Bonk Gang get the dragon there, but they're actually able to get 4 for 3, getting 2 shutdowns. Mordekaiser getting all 3 kills. Pretty insane.
Yeah, the gold lead's only around 1,000 now. It's like 3,000 before that fight. It's really good for them.
I'm gonna check who got all the... Mordekaiser got both shutdowns too. Pretty nuts. He might look to back here for potentially like maybe the Spirit Visage. I do think if he gets Spirit Visage, he might just be like a tank in these fights, right? Because all the damage coming out of although PP Bear did finish his first item and he has components of his second, a lot of the damage is magic damage. We'll have to see what he ends up spending all his gold on. Currently he's sitting on, well, he was sitting on, okay, he gets the Proto Belt. That's okay, it lets him get in range. I think I would have preferred a Visage, actually. I feel like he would have been
I think
hard
with how, yeah, I think with how Canadian KFC has to approach fights, you're not really having trouble getting in range of them. They're not really kiting you back, they're kind of like running at you, so
King Lens.
I think if we go to like Rylai's or just Spirit Visage, like you said, would be a lot better.
I think King Lens 7 says, I think Ninja Bear is the best player in the LBLCS. Got a Ninja Bear fan in the crowd.
I'm a Ninja Bear fan.
I also am a Ninja Bear fan. Popping the Herald mid here. Now even though Bonking was able to get that fight, there I would say is still a pretty sizable advantage in terms of gold on the carries on the side of the Bonk gang. Or not the Bonk gang, the Canadian KFC. Dr. Tree almost having his rapid fire cannon though, and I think when he finishes that, he's going to be pretty hard to deal with. The main issue, the main weakness I would say of Canadian KFC's comp, oh my god, beautiful. Rotation there. Vindictus able to survive, but he has to use his ult. Really well done. This is why this champion is permaban versus Mr. Julie. Trying Harder 7 says same. I've been a fanboy since 2017. Ninja Bear's got his hype man out in the crowd today. The Twitch chat. I love it. Sion teleporting in. Talia wall.
Well,
This is actually not too. Oh my god, beautiful. I almost said it wasn't.
So much damage right now.
I almost said it wasn't. Oh,
We're gonna get taken down by
kill him.
Mordekaiser. Just want to work you should do it. There you go.
Oh, Mordekaiser. I'm surprised. Vindictus just going deep. Mordekaiser
Like,
backing off from
re-engage.
this. Mordekaiser backing
Should
off
be able
the
to finish
fight.
the sign off. He has no flash.
Yeah, Mordekaiser was backing off the fight, and Vindictus said, no, let's turn it up. The Scion takes 0 damage from this Cassio. With this adaptive helm. Yeah, and again, Bonk Gang able to turn it around and get 2 kills for 1.
I think this Baron might be ambitious, but
Yeah, I don't.
we do have Cassio.
Cassio's mowing it down, but she doesn't have a lot of gold here. Olaf's gonna have his W up. Dr. Tree's here. Rumble
Oh, they
doesn't
should be
have
able to
his ult.
secure.
Yeah. Now, do they all get out is the main issue. Cassio with no mana.
With the Rumble, I think they should be fine.
Yeah, they're fine, it looks like. Wow, they get the Baron off
They will
that.
likely lose Dragon though. It's one off. What is it, Cloud Soul? Oh,
Now-
that's not too bad.
Now, the Cloud Soul is not that big of a deal because realistically, maybe Galio and PP Bears are the only ones that I think is super good on. Yeah, but Bonk Gang shouldn't be too greedy. They should just reset. They have a lot of gold. Arctic's Live says Ninja Bear is kind of sneaky. You said it, not me, bud. Alright,
I think
Dictus has his Leandries now.
I think if bonking groups, they're a lot stronger right now.
Yeah, as long as they don't, I think, get caught in like a choke. This might be pretty difficult for the side of Canadian KFC to out-team fight them. They're getting like heavily outscaled here.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
PP Bears does have 2 completed items, but so does the Jin, and Jin getting to use the rapid fire cannon to abuse the range advantage might be enough. Vindictus is huge. He has caught up. He's got 2 items. I would say from here on out he exponentially... Okay, there looks like they're looking to 3-man Mordekaiser, but I don't know if it's gonna matter.
You should be able to walk out.
Yeah,
Yep.
because if Julie wants to try to combo him, he can just ult her. He will not die to the combo. Oh, they're doing a ton of damage. PP there is forcing his ult here. Okay, I would not fight in this choke. I was
Ward
limbed.
might be caught if he doesn't have anybody to ult.
He ults Talia, but I don't think it matters.
He's gonna die.
Fighting time. Giving a shutdown. Yeah, a little ambitious. Again, cannot fight in the... Oh, huge. Vindictus getting a massive ult, but doesn't have flash. They're able to trade for PP Bear. Dr. Tree is kind of untouched, or not PP Bear, able to trade for Talia. Dr. Tree gets stunned here, hiding back. They're able to take out Nautilus on the backside. Really good engage here on the side of... Oh my god. Young Steps is aka Daisy.
It's some really nice taunts there.
Really popping off. Kingland7 says Cloud is pretty good on Rumble too, though. That's true.
It's pretty good on Talia, actually, because you can wall in and then use a kite. Yeah.
Great fight there by Canadian KFC, able to catch back up. Unfortunately for Vindictus, there's so much AoE and CC coming out of the enemy team that unless he has his flash up, I think it's very hard for him to kite around. We'll have to see. Again, guys. Yeah, Galio did definitely carry the last fight. Yeah, I think Daisy has kind of been the unsung hero of this game. He's made a lot of good roams in the early game, and his engages have been on point. So if we notice, there's 2 QSS on the side of Canadian KFC and a Zanya's Hourglass, which really hampers Mordekaiser's ability to lock someone to death roam. Mordekaiser doing some damage. Bonk pinging up a storm. I'm guessing the next fight, the next big fight's gonna be like in a minute here. Although Ninja Bear's strong, I don't know if he wants this 1v1.
If Bonk chooses not to fight in a choke, I think it'll be a lot more even. I think the only reason they got completely wiped last fight was because of how poorly it started off in the choke point.
I also think they catch out Rumble here. I also think unfortunately for them, ooh, Dr. Tree kind of caught on the side here. Oh my god, the damage. Vindictus coming down. It's a double ult. Flashes onto PP's Bear.
Who's gonna get taken down by the Mordekaiser?
Yeah. Really good pick from the side of Bonking here, and they're gonna be able to get this Drake.
Yeah, if they have the room to maneuver, I think their comp works quite a bit better.
This round is so tanky. Just takes no damage from these AP threats. Until they get a Void Staff, they're really not going to be able to kill him. Yeah. Dragon's coming up. Now, here's the issue. Rumble's back up. He won't have his ult. I don't think Rumble needs to go for this. I don't think they need to really feed for this Dragon. If I'm taking a guess, Ninja Bear is probably just going to give this up. He might check it. But yeah.
Baron's up.
I might try for a
Canadian
rush
KFC
here.
could have the option to just set up vision right now. You have a couple seconds. They should just get bodies in the pit.
Oh my god, Vindictus buys Aureli's in full. And now Mordekaiser has his Spirit Visage. This is kind of what we were talking about. They're looking just to rush it. This might be the best course of action here. They do have a decently fast Baron with the Talia plus PP Bears.
You're not checking it.
They're trying. They have an idea. He steals it. Oh my god. What an insane smite. Mordekaiser teleporting in. They need to get out. Oh, huge pull from the Mordekaiser too. Brilliant. Okay, this fight's not over. The Gar getting a massive flank there. And Ninja Bear with the clutch stopwatch to prevent himself from dying, but what a steal.
The master emote. A well-deserved one.
From the Olaf there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well
Well,
deserved.
Talia gets the shutdown, but I mean, they lose the Baron.
Yeah.
It's gonna get harder and harder for them to find as favorable as fights.
Yeah. Massive. That was blind, I'm fairly sure.
Yep, there was no vision on it.
Insane. Somebody clip that, please. Somebody clip it for me. I would appreciate it. That's a highlight-worthy play. We have a new highlight channel in the Discord thing. I think that's worth putting in there. Sure. So this is the one issue with the Rumble pick. Rumble is probably the strongest champ for the first 15-20 minutes of the game. Like, he is ungodly powerful. But he does get heavily outscaled. When you can start picking your fights easier, as long as you don't get chokes, it makes it a lot harder to execute. Ninja Bear is really strong, and he does have his Hourglass now, so he can make a little bit more riskier plays. He can potentially flash in the backline, try to trade, or just do a ton of damage onto Vindictus. Dr. Tree. Dr. Tree opting for some MR. I honestly think maybe it's okay. I think he might just need to get some armor pen, but maybe they just have to kill Sion last.
Yeah, I think you can't really build essentially as Gen towards killing the tank. You need a sort of
Prioritize species.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think Vindictus might need to work towards his Void Staff here. He might just even go for Death Cap, who knows. But they're so strong. Now here's the issue, they're afraid to walk up. They're kind of respecting the fact that Daisy has had insane engagements. Mordekaiser's bottom, and he doesn't have teleport here. This could be huge.
Flank. This will go down.
That was a really good block there by Nautilus and Olaf. Oh no.
Flash exhaust.
Oh, huge! Huge! Good heal there. Dr. Tree picks up a kill on the backside. Mordekaiser in, but Mordekaiser cannot do anything in a 1v. He ults him to maybe just get
Sion. I think he just has to run.
They could look to end here.
I think they've got to.
At least get the inhib. Yeah, huge. Mordekaiser should definitely not be looking. I guess they look not even for the inhib here. Interesting. Yeah, Mordekaiser definitely cannot be in the side lane without teleport versus this Talia, Sion, Galio combination here. His carries are too immobile. Now,
Yeah, this is a really good Sion engage.
I will say, the next fight, Bonk Gang needs to play around the fact that both Galio, Rumble, or Galio, Rumble, and Talia each use their flash to kind of get that kill. And now Cassiopeia is going to have the ability to, or going to have her flash up. We've seen Vindictus making some pretty big plays in these team fights with this flash. This Cloud Drake is going to be a huge fight here. Oh, Ninja Bear.
The roll gets picked.
He has his Hourglass here.
Sonya.
Galio sacrificing his life. Oh, Dr. Tree is just caught in the backline, but this Cassiopeia is
Yeah, you got pictured by the Rumble.
decimating the backline.
Julie's out of mana.
Mordekaiser is here.
You could definitely push him off here.
They're going to be able to get this dragon here. Vindictus making a huge play onto the backline with his Cassio ult there. but a brilliant Rumble Talia combination. Like you said, pincered. Oh, I don't think Talia wants this.
He will hourglass.
You waste a little bit of
Flash is
time.
down though. He'll just gonna go down. Okay.
Some damage down, unfortunately. Again, it's not the soul, but the way that dragons work nowadays is if you're the team that doesn't get the first drags and you somehow manage to come back, you are getting like way more benefit. So right now they have 30% off their ults, which isn't huge, but it's pretty strong for a champ like Cassia or a champ like Nautilus to have a really low ult cooldown. So Nautilus could potentially ult Xayah just to blow her ult cooldown, and then he'll have it up again like right away. Stuff like
I think
that.
it does get less efficient, especially Cloud, because you're not ulting on cooldown anyway, most of the time. But it's still nice to always have Mortal up, for example.
Yeah. Also nice on champs like the Olaf, the Jhin, Mordekaiser, like you spoke, that aren't really itemizing too much CDR. But yeah, this has been a nail biter of a game. This is kind of what we see. This is what happens when you have a really strong early game comp, but you're not able to close out the late game. The carries, not saying that they haven't got the opportunity, I think Bonk Gang has just had some really good fights.
I mean, at this point, their sole AD threat is really, really strong, so...
Yeah.
They could go either way.
They're starting it. Can he steal it one more time?
They can fight here pretty comfortably.
They were able to get the teleport off. Oh, they're ulting him.
Immortal goes down on Julie or Daisy.
Or just in the backline, trying his best to be a menace.
Great hourglass.
Yeah, doing so much damage. Vindictus is still alive, but so is Ninja Bear.
Oh my god, a big fourth shot.
Oh my
Oh, that fight
god.
was so close.
Wow. Aristocrat is really popping off this game. He's kind of the reason Bonk Gang was able to get back in the game in general. And what a huge team fight. My god.
Yeah, beautiful hourglass there.
Tons of Pun says, is this Zach? Zach is in a happy cloud? Yes, it is Zach. I don't know who Tons of Puns is. Anyway, back to the game. Bonk Gang able to get the Baron again. They have clawed their way back from the depths this game, and now are in a pretty commanding position. Dragon comes up in a minute 40. We have a Cassiopeia on 4 items now, officially surpassing her mid lane counterpart.
Not sure about the Thornmail. Mordekaiser. I think if you want to go an armor item, there's better options versus Xayah, like Randuin's.
Not a ton of healing too on the side of the Bonk Gang here. Or not the Bonk Gang, Canadian KFC. Now one thing I will say, to those of us in the crowd, I'm going to give you a sick tip. Death Dance and Thornmail have a really good synergy. And the way they like... Oh, not saying he doesn't have it, so it's not a big deal, but the damage that's being returned from Thornmail also heals you with your Death Dance. So while you're taking and returning damage, you're constantly healing. Because you're tankier, you're able to take more damage. I would say it's like, if you're a bruiser type champion that can itemize both, it makes an item like Thornmail a lot better of a buy. But I agree with you. I think a Randuin's would have been, in my opinion, probably the better armor item. Maybe even a Dead Man's Plate.
Yeah, Dead Man's, because if you Dead Man's auto somebody, you instantly get 2 stacks to your passive. but it's fine.
This is not a good fight. I would not be fighting in a choke versus Canadian KFC, and I think Canadian KFC should definitely look for something here. They had a ward on him, or they were guessing. Wow, good like awareness. All right, this is going to be potentially the game-ending fight here, Arthur. I'm excited.
It could definitely go either way. Last fight was super close. Alright, Talil.
Okay, they get the soul. Huge rumble ult. They're clearing out though with the power of the Cloud Soul. Vindictus gets a massive ult on the backline and instantly kills Talia. The guards in the backline. Oh my god, Vindictus is just cleaning up. There's not much they can do. So much damage coming out.
There's gonna be a full
on
wave.
the side of the Bonk gang. Vindictus is trying his best
They go bot.
to mow down this Scion. Oh, he gets him with the Leandri's proc. Holy moly. And yeah, they lose just their
This might be the
support.
game.
This might be the end of the game. There's 30 seconds on the nearest member of Canadian KFC. They might be able just to push all the way through bot. They don't have the Baron, but this Jhin can potentially one-shot the turret here. And yeah, huge play. Good comeback from the side of the Bonk gang. And
Yeah, they had some great team fights.
they have really good team fights. And one thing I'll say is they were able to somehow come back from like what I would say classic Canadian KFC early game is, where they just high tempo rushing. Really good game from both teams. But yeah, that's a good win from the Bonk gang.
Pretty aristocrat. He's got to be my MVP of that one.
Oh, for sure.
Played this fight so well.
He played every fight so well, built his own leads. Pretty insane game from him. But again, I also want to highlight Daisy. His engages, like, not only were his roams like key, I think, to getting those early game leads, but he had some insane engages. And I think that one team fight that was able to be won from the side of when they were already kind of in a losing position on the side of whatever Canadian KFC, he was able to get a huge Justice Punch onto the Dr. Tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Really nice engagers.
Bonk gang coming back from the depths there. Huge comeback. Yeah, but that was a great game. Type after. That was well played to both teams, I think. Are there any bans that you want to see? Potentially.
Potentially Talia. Definitely Rumble.
I still think, yeah. I was about to say, I still, even though they lost the game, I don't remember the scoreline. I think it was like 10-3 or 10-4. I still think not letting the Ninja Bear Rumble through, although this was the first loss it got, is really disrespectful. Bonk Gang won, I'm Arcadius, yeah, it was some excellent team fighting, and I would say just kind of outscaling.
Yeah, they had really nice team fights.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's pretty disrespectful, and the way they play around it in the early game is kind of nuts. This Mordekaiser might be worth banning too. I am not a fan of like, he popped off on it, let's ban it type thing. But I do think the Mordekaiser might be good into a lot of the Gar's champ pool. And he was able just to like kind of 1v5 that game. Towards the end there. See if I can figure this out. Pro draft. Can you guys see this pro draft? If I go lead client. No. And I'll just do display capture. Give me a sec. I'll just have to display capture.
I think maybe for Canadian KFC, try to draft into their AD threat. Maybe the mid nocturne that Ninja Prison's spamming.
Yeah. That might be the play.
I think they had a good plan. They just didn't. Bonk just played the team fights better than them, I believe.
For sure. D Street says Bonk gang. True.
Okay, the draft is starting. And Wukong again.
That's a Talia ban.
Okay, notably, Volibear is up. They might first pick it.
So Talia. So Bonk, yeah. So they did ban the Mordekaiser. Bonk gang takes the Zaya this time. And they're gonna give him
the
his Volibear.
Alright, I'm really excited to see this one.
So this is Julie's been working on this, labbing it
He's been
out.
in a lab.
We'll have to see how it goes. And Kaisa, or PP Bears.
Maybe they like the Kaisa Nautilus into Zyricon. So it's gonna be
Set.
set instead. Okay. This is another flex pick.
Yeah, this could be a support, top, hell, mid lane. It is a Happy Cloud special in the mid lane. Trundle is a good pick here. I think Trundle is really good into Volibear. And if anyone's been watching LPL, Trundle and Graves are like the two most played junglers, actually. Surprisingly, Trundle having like just as much as Graves and Bard. So this is a Suck My Fish special. Kaisa getting picked third. This is like one of his favorite champs. It actually is like, when I think of the guys in the Bonk gang, even from last year, I think they're in Quality Gaming. They all are like, they always have like a Bard main on their team. Charizard's a Bard main. I'm down with the Bard mains.
Our mains are good people.
Kali getting banned. The Vladimir. Rumbled getting banned. I think that's good. Now, we did talk about this. They can save counter pick here for Canadian KFC, which I think they will. Ninja Bear has been cooking up some special picks in the lab. But the Victor is buffed on this patch, and this is a 3-tank comp for Victor.
Okay, it is going to be set support.
Yeah.
Or mid, I suppose.
I'm guessing it's support set. I'm assuming they're going to go with an AD mid to win AP top. I think they don't want to fall into the same kind of hole they fell into last time where they just had a bunch of, or too many AP threats. He's going to go with his Cassiopeia again. I think Cassiopeia is pretty good into that enemy comp. Singed is good into champs like Cass though, because he can just kind of run her down. And we'll see what they pick here for their top laner. This is a Gar special, the Singed. It's been a while since we've seen it on stream. But always something nice. Oh, Cho'Gath, actually. The Sona highlight. I think it's going to be a Nocturne mid.
I don't know if I like the Cho'Gath pick in this set.
Yeah. Always a little freaky when he tosses him into your backline.
Other than that, I think their comp's pretty good, but KFC is a really, really solid.
There it is.
Quite like this.
This is the secret sauce. Whipping it out. So, I'll say it. We'll have to go with it one more time here. And this display capture really quick. We've talked about this before. They do have, I think, another issue of kind of getting outscaled a bit. Nocturne, again, is like Rumble. He is super strong in the early game. Like, can make plays all over the map. He's kind of unbeatable in mid lane. He doesn't really have a lot of bad matchups. Cassiopeia also got a nerf last patch. She got a buff to her MR, but to nerf her in the bot and top lane where she was kind of oppressive, they nerfed her armor. She'll take a ton of damage from this Nocturne. If he's able to get on her, it's hard for her to kite him off too. He gets a lot of move speed. So we'll have to see. Now, as we saw last game, Vindictus got chain ganked, shut down in the early game, annihilated on the side of Canadian KFC, and it was able to really bring it back in the late game, and it played really well despite falling so far behind in the early game. So we will have to see how this goes.
I think the Bonk comp, it doesn't feel as like what's the word? Cohesive. The KFC comp. The KFC comp kind of just wants to run at you with their men, but the Bonking has like some disengage with Zaya Bard. I guess disengage is their comp.
Oh, an issue came up. Oof. X. What happened? Did he ban Nocturne on accident? I didn't see him. I'm excited for the Julie Volibear because Julie's Volibear is a genetic freak of nature. This man has no fear when he runs at you and then stuns you. Genetic freak.
Playtime's over.
Yeah.
You're scared. Good to know.
So I'm excited.
I think Volibear is underrated, especially in the jungle.
I was watching the
Kind of,
dive
he's kind
today.
of bad top, but
I
I was watching the dive today, or listening to it while I was working, and Kobe24 says that Volibear is really strong right now, he thinks, after the buffs especially. Thinks he's a very strong tower diving champion. If you have a lane that's ahead, you can really just get them even farther ahead using his ult. Also, playing flex and normals with Julie, I can confirm that his Volibear is fierce.
I want a turn.
A genetic freak.
Tragic.
Tragic. I miss Aurelion Sol. I think Aurelion Sol is my favorite champion. Not to play, but just in the game. So sassy.
Yeah, really under his ear.
They're so cool. Azir is like amazing, for sure. His design is incredible, but I'm a huge fan. So here's the thing. I like the Bonk Gang's comp again. They have really good front line and a lot of more damage dealers. Ooh, some thunder. But I think picking Cho'Gath into set is a little troll, like you commented on. If Cho'Gath gets tossed into the backline, he could potentially nuke the entire team.
Yeah. He has a trundle too. Yeah, we'll see how well Canadian KFC can engage. I think Bonk Gang has a lot of ways to sort of disengage, but it all depends on the execution.
So I will say, maybe your good luck. For once, the team I picked to win based on comp actually ended up winning. Now it was like a
Based on comp.
wicked comeback. Yeah, and it actually worked. Like in theory, it worked. Who do you pick to win this time? If you had to look at these two team comps, who are you going with?
KFC.
I like KFC's comp as well.
I think the front line is so potent. And their engage is so direct.
Really on Vindictus again to try his best to like kind of maneuver these team fights and pop off. But yeah, I think Set able to toss the Cho'Gath into the back line. Trundle, if the Cassiopeia doesn't get too far behind, or if KFC can close out the game, I definitely give them the win. But I do think the combination of Trundle with high damage threats like Cassio and Xayah might make it difficult for this front line. Because if he ults like the Singed, for instance, the Singed instantly dies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in theory.
So, but I do think champs like Cassio are really bad into champs like Singed, and I guess Nocturne to an extent. Because their grounding doesn't really work on them, they just get to like pop Ghost and get to the instant access to the backline. I'm excited to see it though. I do think, although it's like really good on Bonk Gang for catching up, I do think that like if a team can pull an early game like KFC had last game, it is very difficult to pull it back. They did get outscaled, but it also had a combination of like amazing Baron steal, right? They also like had this Mordekaiser who not only got the counter matchup but got really far ahead off of Web Dragon fight. There's a lot of things I think that came into play. I'm excited for this Nocturne mid. I do think Nocturne mid is like very strong. A little stronger in solo queue, but can definitely still work and competitive.
Yeah, if you play around it, definitely.
Tacos did you have, Arthur? I think the people need to know.
2.
Know what kind, not how many.
Oh, what kind?
Yeah.
Turkey.
Nice. I have a lot of ground turkey in my freezer right now. I'm planning on making tacos later in the week. You put on those bad boys.
Lettuce, tomato, avocado, salsa.
Nice. Nice.
Pretty tasty.
Sounds tasty. Any sriracha on those? I'm a sriracha boy.
I like sriracha on everything but Mexican food, so
I
not today.
legitimately put it on everything. I love sriracha.
Yeah, I started putting sriracha on eggs.
Oh my
So
god.
at university's dining hall, the eggs are kind of unbearable unless you have sriracha. And I was like, wait, it's pretty good.
My life-changing moment was I used to work at a restaurant, and we used to have like a cheese board. And the chef knew I loved sriracha, and my favorite cheese is brie. And he told me that brie goes like really well with sriracha. Actually, they pair really well together. And I was like, damn,
It's
really?
interesting.
Yeah. And I make wraps for myself, and my bougie purchase is always I get brie cheese every week. And I put sriracha in those wraps, and I can confirm it is a potent combination.
Not a fan of brie, but sounds interesting for sure.
Minions have spawned.
My god. How can you not be a fan of brie? It's so good.
It's been a while. Maybe I should try it again.
I love creamy cheese. Cheese.
I just don't like most cheese in general, especially those with strong flavor.
I am a celiac, so I can't have wheat. If I was lactose intolerant, I don't know what I'd do with myself. Uh-oh. My game froze. Did your game freeze?
No.
Uh-oh.
Nocturne pushing in level 1. Might try to get a ward.
There we go. Okay, the stream is at 158, 159. 2
Yep.
minutes. Okay. Oh, my spectate client keeps freezing up.
Really?
Yep. This is a small indie company, by the way. Alright, there we go. I'm at 201, 202, 203.
I'm at 220.
4, 5. I can't really skip ahead. I think it will freeze again. So, maybe you
Okay,
can sync up with me. I'm at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay, I'm with you.
Nice. Well, yeah, when I tried to go back to where it was, it froze again. So I'm just gonna let it. I think it's just having trouble buffering, maybe. Some nice trading up in the top lane. Glacial Cho'Gath in the top lane. I am a fan. The Gar opting for teleport here, which is nice. No ignite cheese. Julie has Predator.
Predator and Dosed. He's gonna be moving very quickly. Although he full clears instead of going for an early gank.
Yeah, I
It appears.
expect his first back to be pretty quick. Nocturne healing on the wave. Very balanced. Okay. Wow, look at that damage. So much, actually. Out of the volley bear.
Yeah. It's really game damage is actually not too bad.
For the new 1000 pierced volley bear skin. The Trundle able to not get double scuttled there, which was given away free by Riot Games, which is kind of cool. Ghost gets the flash. So Vindictus is opting for teleport instead of barrier this time. Oh, Cho'Gath is misses his knock up there, not able to get a kill.
A lot of damage.
Charizard in the chat says low budget. True. Charizard is on the Bonk gang, or at least part of the Bonk gang organization. Catch the last game, my man. It was a banger.
Certifiable.
A little bit slower of an early game here. Julie was able to get the flash mid with his ghost. Maybe he's waiting for his ghost cooldown again. Not nearly as high tempo. I expect things to change when Nocturne gets 6. Defensively warding. Nocturne mid's only real weakness is he kinda has to walk up to shove the lane in heavy trade. So he needs to make sure he gets deep wards like that to defend himself. Oh my god, he flashes on him. A Q flash with the ignite.
That's just gonna be a kill. Oh my god.
Wow. What a play. I expect nothing less from Ninja Bear. Yeah, able to use his flash and his ignite. He's gonna have 6 now, so he won't have it for his roam, but he probably doesn't need it. He might even just look to use his old mid with Julie. Indicta's opting for some armor. I think that's necessary now, especially after the base armor nerfs on Cassio. She's even more squishy to this AD damage. Or physical damage, I guess I should say. And it looks like they're opting to try to get the dragon here. Probably not going to contest it. A nice little stun over the wall, but nothing too crazy.
Just go over to KFC. Yep. Pretty good start.
Yeah. A lot of heals here from the Bard. God, the Astronaut Bard skin is so good. I like the sound effects too, like Alien. It reminds you of like Space Mountain at Disneyland or something, like the really like old school sci-fi like.
Like the retro kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I really like the skin. Definitely. If there's one thing Riot Games does amazingly, it's their skins.
Skins, art, and music, yeah.
Yeah.
And lore is pretty good.
Boss just walks away. Oh, he flashes in.
I
Oh.
don't know about this re-engage.
Well, they have Nocturne
Oh,
coming
they have
down.
the Nocturne coming.
Dr. Tree has to flash away.
Oh, the
Turret
Volibear?
gets pulled out. Turret gets turned off. Volibear's gonna
Oh,
die.
just get taken down here.
So they trade 1 for 1. Oh my god, a solo kill out of Aristocrat. Just munches him.
He got his teleport cancelled and took it out on the Gar.
Yeah, so the Gar sacrifices himself to save his team, but ends up trading his life for it. We got to see a little preview of Volibear's ultimate there, and yeah, so that was a nice re-engage. So one thing I've noticed is Daisy or Hung Steps is opting not to go Omni Stone on Set here. He is going just with Aftershock. I am not a fan of this. I think I do know some people like just to go Aftershock on set support in certain matchups. I think Omni Stone is just too good, and my main reason for it is the fact that you can potentially just get Predator randomly makes it so like you can potentially roam, and you can base, get Predator, and then run top or mid and just get a bunch of kills. So Nocturne was able to get an assist there and some gold, but Cassio was able to recover. And here's the thing, although Nocturne does a ton of damage in the wave, Cassiopeia can trade back. Like we saw, if he land, he's a melee champ, so he lands his Q on him and just unloads a couple E's. Once Cassio has any mana, he will be able to kind of one-shot Nocturne, I think. Okay. A little bit wide on the silence there. Fortunate. Who gets the knockout? He's looking. He has his munch, and he munches him again. Is this
Oh
a
my
counter?
God.
Is this like a counter pick by any chance? He's just
I don't believe so. He's
one
kind of
shot,
munching him though.
munching him down. Unfortunately, with the Ghost, the Gar is not going to be able to really dodge the knockup if he gets a good angle. Connection issues.
Yeah, about the set Keystone, I've been seeing both Phase Rush and Omni Stone.
Yeah, I do think Phase
So you
Rush is
get
also a good choice.
Nimbus Cloak and Hex Slash combo.
Yeah, that's
I do
also
like
really
that a little bit
strong.
more than Aftershock, which I don't really think you need in set with your massive shield.
Yeah, I think also Nimbus Cloak is just so strong on set, and like you said, the Hex Flash, it kind of is one way to bypass his like biggest weakness is getting onto people. So, and with his W, with the W maxed out, he's still just so tanky. So it looks like the Gar is reconnecting here. I don't know if he is having connection issues or he didn't realize that he thought he lagged because Cho'Gath munched him. Regardless, though, he's reconnecting here.
It didn't look like he was lagging, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he also might have like high ping in general, and then he just says, okay, well, I died, now I'm gonna reconnect. Who knows? We will have to see. Still waiting. Said R, but no answer. Now they're ready. Cool. So, Bonk Gang, again, although I would say the rest of the map is leading for Canadian KFC. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Bonk Gang is able to kind of get a lead here from their top laner, Aristocrat. Who I think might have been their mid laner before they got Vindictus, if I'm not mistaken. When we played them, I think they had Charizard top and Aristocrat mid. But I think he's always been a top laner.
Sounds familiar.
I think he's always been a top laner. This might have been like their actual roster, their fielding. Vindictus got his blue buff here. He can just kind of chill. He doesn't really need to do anything too crazy. Maybe they looked at, oh, they're just making a huge play. That was a great flash. They might not have enough damage here to kill this guy. Oh, he gets munched.
Trade the 1-for-1.
Vindictus just threw his ult out there. I think he just didn't have any idea how many people were coming up on him. That's kind
if he had held that for that great flash angle he had,
might have
could have just turned the whole thing, but still pretty good play.
Oh, great Bard stun into the root. PP Bears doesn't have any more sums. Does he get out of here? Oh, he gets it.
Tree with a really nice,
wow,
nice range QE.
Nice, well played on the side of Bonk Gang. We're kind of getting to see though the power of this Volley Bear. Twice now he's turned off the turret. Playing really well. I would say that dive might have been a little forced, but I don't really know if it's forced or not considering the tower gets turned off. It's hard to respond with teleports against Nocturne. That's probably one of Nocturne's biggest strengths is unless you preemptively teleport to something, it's very hard to stop his ult. But Cho'Gath came down to pick up the wave, and because of that, he's also able to group up and help him get the drag.
It's another stack for himself.
Yeah,
sitting at 5. With only one of those being minions. What an animal.
Yeah, so he has 5 stacks. 3 of them are on champs. 1 on the dragon, 1 on a minion. And he's able, this is not too bad for Canadian KFC because it lets the Gar kind of catch back up a little bit. But I would say that Bonking is in a decent position. But I also think Canadian KFC doesn't get nearly as hardly outscaled here, I guess. Or outscaled nearly as hard. It's hard to talk.
There you go.
There we go. English is a difficult language. I'm gonna read this copy pasta one more time because it's actually my new favorite one. We had let them win one. They would have reported us again or quit the league if we didn't want to upset them any more than we did with our emotes. Putting it out though, they and the no-no squares emoted in their matches against us, but what do I know? I play the game once a week. Special Needs League is where it gets saucy though. Ego's bigger than Elo down there. That's a
Instant classic.
It's a top tier Tabi pasta. Volibear is up here. He might be able to get the shutdown.
This goes in. Oh, he's so fast.
Oh my god, he's zooming. Ooh, good flash. He dodges both instances of damage. Vindictus is teleporting up here.
Oh, he's cutting him out.
Oh,
Might have bought enough
huge
time.
knockup. Oh, great.
Cassio ult.
Oh, Nocturne's almost in range. Gets it. Volibear takes that shutdown. That was a good teleport by Cassio, but she's just really not strong enough to do anything. Looks like Volibear is going to be able to get it, and yeah, they get a double kill.
Yes,
Bonking responding with a kill on the backside. Daisy sacrificing himself to keep his AD carry alive like a true support. Realized there's no way we get out of this, so I'm just going to try to peel my best, throw myself into you. But yeah, so they get the shutdown on the Volibear. He got another 600 gold, currently sitting on 1600 gold. They're able to kill Vindictus. Okay. Oh, he is dead. Oh, somehow dodges the silence by flipping him over his head. Pretty crazy. But he gets the slow. He's probably gonna munch him. Yeah. Volibear's here though. Might be able to kill him.
Volibear doesn't do very much damage.
Yeah, that's true. Volibear a lot better at facilitating his team. So Julie has 4 points in his Q, and now he's choosing to max his W. Now he's 4 points in W too. So neither one is maxed actually. Oh, he's going in. He pops his ghost. Probably gets this kill. Munches him. What an animal. Dang, Volibear is so cool. So much cooler now. Holy moly. Love the voiceover work for Volibear too. Nocturne instantly clearing the waves. Basically AD Malzahar. And yeah, we're in a pretty
close.
Pretty close game here. Are you at 15, 37 by the way? 38, 39?
40.
40, okay. Just double checking. Nocturne going in for the solo kill. Oh,
Cassio will just go down here.
yeah. I got this
Not a
spell
lot of
shield.
counter right there.
Picking on the Singed. Maybe they're able to collapse though? They might be able to get a return kill here.
Right, look.
They don't have the choke at all. They don't have a ton of damage actually. Good Bartle to. Okay, they flashed that. That's a lot of their damage. Dr. Tree is also heading up there. They might want to disengage. Okay, they get a knockup. Ooh. Bard missing the stun. Oh my god, the cooldown on this knockup is like non-existent.
Yeah, it's 5-second base. And he has at least 30% CDI right now.
Holy moly. Going for the Rift Herald. Yeah, Vindictus just getting really picked on both games.
35% CDR, yeah. It's a really short cooldown.
Getting really picked on here both games. They're trading Herald for Drag, which I think is fine. He's able to get his Archangels here, but Ninja Bear will probably have the Black Cleaver. On back. Gar ended up popping Ghost, it looks like. Maybe thought they thought they were gonna engage, but ended up not. So again, top side of the map, really strong. At least mid jungle, very strong from the side of Canadian KFC.
Just like last game, really.
Yeah. Now here's the issue. Although Nocturne is pretty strong in these like moments of the game, as soon as you group his 5, his effectiveness becomes way lower, because although he might be able to potentially trade 1-for-1, he has to jump into the Casio, and they have this bard to peel for him. So I really think that if Ninja Bear wants to continue his lead here, he's going to have to try to split push and split the map. I don't think they want to go into they don't want to start 5v5ing them.
Yeah, I would agree.
They have the
He's
Herald.
not going to enter the fight immediately. He wants to be like the secondary or tertiary engage.
Yeah. They get a knockup.
Oh,
Silence.
the Trundle Pillar giving the bard stuff.
A lot of damage coming in. But while they're doing this, Ninja Bear quietly beating on the turret in the bot lane. Doing a ton of damage to it. Gonna take it actually.
It's definitely worth it for them.
How many ult stacks on Cho? Cho'Gath currently is sitting at 7.
Only one of those is minion still.
Yeah. From what I remember, I think I was watching a sick Cho'Gath guide. That Challenger, NA Challenger Cho'Gath guide. He said you never ult the minions. That was
I
his
think
like
for top Cho'Gath it's a little different,
yeah.
but
Said he always wants to have it up. I do agree if you're in a lull state, you probably can just nom on the minions. Which means he's gonna get the more points he gets when he gets 16, he'll be able to get a lot of like bonus health. Vindictus just caught out in the side lane by himself. He's most likely dead, yeah. Trying his best to get farm, but Nocturne is hunting him down.
it's so hard to escape, especially on a sideline.
Yeah.
Kind of need to walk up to dangerous range.
He's either gonna have to get backup from his team to hover him, like have the Bard hover or Trundle hover while he farms, or potentially just wait till the waves come to him. Again,
We could
though,
set up a breeze.
yeah. Again, though, for him,
pretty good
it's
for him.
he needs to like. This is kind of what KFC needs to do, because when they group up, it's not going to be as easy for them to take out the Casio like this. But yeah, like you said, he also can freeze, hold the wave by the turret.
Doctor Tree is very strong as well.
Yeah.
And he has the Zaya ult for all their engage.
I'm really excited to see the next team fight here. I have a feeling it's going to be a banger. So Gar, it might even be worth for him to potentially just int for the Cho'Gath teleport in the side lane. Because he is probably the strongest member. And if he can't get his TP off, okay, here he goes. Gets the slow.
I think with the merchants, it's gonna be
Yeah, he might just look
pretty hard for him to die here.
Ooh, they're collapsing. Oh, they're on the Nocturne now, though. He has the...
Option's gonna get shut down, but Cho'Gath should go down here.
Yeah.
So 1-for-1.
The Goon
Big
Squad.
shutdown though.
Yeah, unfortunately it went on to Trundle, right? Wasn't able to go to Cass. I think it is also important to say that Cassiopeia is going to get some side lane farm here. But the Baron the Dragon's up in 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Really looking. Who uses the ult to dodge the Bard stun. Oh,
The Settle
Daisy.
might have killed him. We'll go down.
Vindictus gets a huge stun on a Volibear. Probably doesn't matter. Maybe they can't Baron now, or drag. Okay, Cho'Gath teleporting the Dragon. They look like they're gonna look to force this, but the issue is Trundle is super low. They know they're on it too. They still have the Nocturne's ult is down. I don't know if they know this. This could be they're risking it right here. This is a risky play.
They have the consume.
They have consume, but then they won't have it for the fight. They're gonna lose a lot here.
This is really not worth. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that call. I don't think you need to start it there. Maybe you can just chill until your Casio gets there. Because now
It's really hard to like just like burn a dragon versus that comp. I think you need to fight them.
Yeah. Also using Consume like gets rid of a lot of your burst. Who is actually playing? It is Canadian KFC on the red side versus the Bonk Gang on the blue side. Bonk Gang took game 1 in an epic comeback. But now Canadian KFC is going to secure the Baron here, which is really nice. Nocturne's going to want to get in the side lane here. So Dr. Tree and Kaisa are on about 2 items each. Kaisa almost on her 3rd. That's when I think Kaisa really comes online. She has all 3 of her core. Vindictus is on 2 items now, like he's getting there. One more he probably will be, I think he will have officially outscaled Nocturne at that point. But I don't think he can ever side lane versus him, really. Maybe with the Hourglass, actually. We'll have to see. Again, a really close game. This Canadian KFC, because of the Baron, have a pretty sizable lead now. 4K gold lead. But again, this is not over. There's a lot of scaling on the side of the Bonk Gang. Ninja Bear actually has a 2-level lead on his laner from all the side laning he's been doing.
Yeah, he's at like 4,000 gold advantage for his lane as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, he can't be matched in the side lane right now. It's the knockup. So here's the thing, Vindictus can feel a little less pressured here because he knows Nocturne's on the bot side of the map. Grendel hovering him. Here they go.
Got Cho'Gath.
Yeah, Cho'Gath can't really do anything to stop that. This Volibear Nocturne combo with the super speed buff is actually fairly fierce.
That's really potent. It's so easy to like instantly converge on anybody in the side lane alone.
Face checking here.
It's a
Nice ult. Nice stun. Oh, huge damage actually out of Dr. Tree. Good use of the Bard ult there. Yeah, Kaisa ulting, not entirely sure. Nocturne just doesn't care, he's just hitting this turret. He might... Oh, he didn't get knocked up there. They might lose Daisy. Guess they're not committing for it. Able to finally get the tier 2 in the mid lane. Pretty good Baron hold. They only gave up a kill and a tier 2 turret. Or 2, I guess. No, he already got the tier 2 on the bot side. Yeah, so a tier 2 mid and a kill. Not terrible for Bonk Gang. Pretty good for them.
I'm just gonna kill this Cho'Gath again. So much damage. Maybe with the Knight. Should both go down here. Okay, that's a really good trade for them. Dragon's coming up very soon.
Yeah. They got a huge shutdown onto their Xayah. And another shutdown. Dr. Tree got both shutdowns, actually. Canada is the red side. Yeah, that's huge. Dr. Tree is sitting on 2.3k gold now after that little tussle. The Dragon's coming up in 10 seconds. They're probably just going to get it for free here.
Should be uncontested.
This is a matter of scaling. Soul point now for the side of the Bonk gang coming up here. The Baron is up in a minute first. Vindictus is working on his third item. What will it be? I don't know.
I realize.
Dr. Tree is able to get a completed from his dagger, rapid fire cannon, and some healing reduction. Nocturne in the side lane. Here comes Julie. Zooming. Yeah. I mean, this is just kind of disrespectful. They just can't. I don't think they can be that far out. They need to just play safe. They need to know that the Baron is up soon, and there's really no point in them like catching waves that far out, because the waves will come to them eventually. There's no dragon up, so they don't really need to like push that far out. They can just catch the waves, play far back, because now they're going to be able to contest this Baron vision.
It's a really good engage timing there by KFC. They engage like a minute before Baron, knowing they have time to get back, and also that people farming bot side might think they're at Baron already.
Oh, they're just forcing this. Aristocrat does have teleport, and they do have the Nocturnal here. He's TPing in. They're just going on Vindictus. He has the Hourglass. Flashes out. Volibear flashing in the backline, gets the stun. Wow, beautiful Kaisel, but he's gonna probably die for it.
But the Zaya's pretty
Oh
uncontested
my
here.
god, this Zaya is just free hitting. Yeah.
It's gonna be Baron for Bonking.
Wow.
Another great fight.
Yeah, Bonking just kind of out team fighting Canadian KFC tonight, I think. Really huge shout out. I think both games Dr. Tree has kind of been, again, Aristocrat, although we would say he was the MVP of game one, Dr. Tree has kind of been
Dr. Tree's been super solid this
unsung
series.
hero this series. Like really just team fighting super well, doing his job. This is kind of what I think of this player. I think of him as like a solid ADC. They even got ahead in lane this game. Dr. Tree face reveal after the game. Let's go look outside and imagine it with a coat. A tree with a coat. I don't know what he looks like.
It's probably close.
Yeah, but I think you could tell that Canadian KFC's game plan in this game was to like really shut down Vindictus, which they did both games. But Dr. Tree has really picked up the slack, and it's pretty crazy actually. This has been a team. The game's not over, obviously, but Canadian KFC has been a team that has really just their last 3 series have just kind of smashed everyone they played against in the early game. Only contested I think once by the Spin Doctors in the late game, but still were able to pull it out. But Bonking really showing their late game prowess. They're actually they're team fighting very well. X Ranger 10 says Arthur cast Pog.
Pog.
They have the Baron here. They're just pushing up. Nocturne looks like he's going to try to trade. They probably fall back for the soul here. And they just get the inhibitor. Nocturne will probably get an inhib here.
I don't think it's the biggest steal in the world.
They don't really care. The Baron isn't up for a while.
As long as they don't get caught in the rotation here.
Yeah, I don't know
They
if I
should be able to
agree
fight
with
people.
the Cho'Gath back here. Yeah, that was a mistake, because it looks like now they're going to engage. Now Nocturne gets free access onto the
Cassio.
Zaya. Huge Cassio ult. Dr. Tree flashes over the wall and is able to get... out. That was a huge mistake, I think, from Aristocrat, unfortunately. I don't think he needed to recall there.
I think they either all had to recall, or walk out a safer way, or just not have Cho'Gath recall at all.
Ninja Bear having flashbacks from last game realizes if I don't kill this guy, he might take this, he might flash over the wall and steal this drag. It's not the soul. Oh my god, he's just going for it. A little bit
Doesn't
of
flash. gonna go down now.
Probably dead, yeah. Yeah. Walks up and ults you. Imagine playing AD carry and this massive volibear walks up and ults you with knock ult as well. Lol. True. So that's just huge. Canadian KFC. Ninja Bear able to get the bottom inhib. They trade for mid inhib. But because of that, he has the angle. Yeah, that recall without TP. I think twice now we've seen Canadian KFC really abuse Aristocrat when he's chosen to either recall or be in a side lane without his teleport, which is well played by them. It's far from over. I would say they were able to get Dr. Tree's flash, which is huge. Vindictus didn't have his flash up. Vindictus has now reached his 3 items. Nocturne's GA is going to be up soon as well, so the Baron's up in about 2 minutes. I'm expecting that to be the big fight. But yeah, I don't really know how this game's going to go. Dr. Tree is almost full build. Like, he is very strong.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted to last Whisper item for the Volibear. But GA kind of just helps him with all these stuff, so.
He might have enough time to get it too before. He's sitting on 1,400 gold, so I think he only needs like 500 more gold, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 2k.
2k. So 600 more gold. He has a little bit of time beforehand. He might be able to get it. Kaisa with her hourglass now. It's kind of a throwback to Season 9. Kaisa Zaya every game. Here goes Volibear.
Cheers, gets popped.
Yeah, this is huge. This could be potentially the end of the game here.
This should be game. So they can disengage this. Oh my god, the stone plate munch, so much damage.
Volibear trying his best to chase down Vindictus here. They're at least going to lose an inhib. They might lose Volibear here, actually, and if they do, that's pretty big. Yeah, this actually might be okay. They lost Volibear, who is, like, easily their strongest member.
Yeah, there's a bit of an overextension there.
He was going for big, wasn't able to get it. Unfortunately, there's no objective up, so everyone will be up in time. But yeah, Dr. Tree, I can't even say he's disrespecting. I don't know if I could say he's being disrespectful to engage. I don't think there's much you can do when Volibear presses both his go fast buttons and just runs you down.
He's 3 of them, actually.
Yeah, 3 now. Yeah, true, because he has the Predator as well. We'll have to see. He's not going to have his last Whisper, I think, in time for this Baron. He will have his flash up soon. The main issue for both the carries, I think the main issue for both the carries of the Bonk gang is their flash timers are desynced, so they're not able to have a fight where both of them have the ability to kite out, which I think has been really good for Canadian KFC. Dragon is up in 50. This is probably going to be the game right here. This is the soul. We'll have to see. If again, this is one of those fights, if they're, the way these team fights are playing out, if Canadian KFC is able to catch out the carries of Bonk gang, then they will win the fights. But if the engage, their massive engage isn't able to at least kill one, they seem to be just getting cleaned up.
Yeah, exactly.
PP Bears is really strong here too, though, so he definitely isn't weak. Nocturne sitting in the bush. Oh, he engages. Oh, that Bartle was pretty insane. I don't know if it's gonna matter though. Huge Feather Storm by the Zaya. Wait, Vindictus is still alive in the backline actually, but PP Bears trying his best to pop up.
Volibear.
Dr. Tree, yeah, they're gonna get the soul.
Did as much as he could there.
Wow, Daisy with the oh my god, he's trying his best to do damage over the wall here. Oh, he flashes over. That might be the game. I don't know if they can end, but they can definitely get the Baron. Looks like they're going just for the Baron here. They got the soul. Yeah, so Daisy used Cho'Gath to get in the backline, but the big play was him able to get the 5-man E into the Volibear ult. They just clumped up way too hard there. And yeah, huge. Ocean Soul like this is definitely most effective when you have like really tanky champs who are just brawling it out. Ooh, nice spell shield. Again, I think the biggest issue for Bonk Gang is they don't have their flashes synced up on these carries, so one of them dies every time. But unfortunately, they're not in a position where they can like really wait it out because these Dragon Souls are always up. Vindicta's working on what I assume will be his Void Staff. He almost has it. Probably should be getting a Morello now that they have all this healing. But maybe Dr. Tree's gonna have enough. Maybe they think Dr. Tree's enough.
The Cho'Gath might have wanted to look at Bramblevest instead of the Randoans, because
yeah, there's not a lot
really
of
strong,
crit.
but it's not crit. Yeah.
This game is still winnable. Ocean Soul, although it's really strong, if you get caught in a bad position in a fight, you still will just get mowed down, right? It doesn't heal you enough. 1+1 says, I think the blue team carries these 10 items. This legit fully peaked Kaisa, and you go Randoans. Yeah, unfortunate. So yeah. We have the Void Staff here for the Cassiopeia. This is probably... This is probably... This push mid might be the end of the game here. It's definitely not over. I mean, Bonk Gang have showed their team fighting has been excellent. Wow, that Volibear E actually did a ton of damage. Here goes Volibear. They might be able to get him here. No. Yeah, they're just losing their whole base.
Shield. Yeah.
They just have to look for a fight here. Huge struggle. He's not able to get a knockup here. They're kiting back.
A lot of damage.
Xayah doing a ton of damage. Able to kill Nocturne here. Xayah's untouched. They're able to get Vindictus, but PP's Bear gets knocked up in the backline. Xayah just re-hitting. Trying his best. Oh my god, a huge feather call. But the Ocean Soul is going to heal PP Bears enough, it looks like. He comes up with a...
great
Oh my god! Yeah,
so
if they just didn't have the Ocean Soul, their team fighting right now is insane. Oh my god, wait a minute. He's healing so much because of the minions. He has the Ocean Soul though. They don't have any healing reduction. Oh yeah, never mind. They have the Thorn Mail. He's probably able just to get the inhib here and back off. Wow, Bonk Gang is really just team fighting so well. Oh. Julie with a questionable play, one might say. But Dr. Tree is trying
Dr. Tree played that fight so well.
Hard out. Unfortunately, they lost all 3 inhibs. They are locked to their base. The Elder Dragon is up in 1:30 and Baron's up in 1:50. This is going to be...
The Elder might put the nail in the coffin. I'm not sure how they can really push out enough.
But Zaya had to have done 7k damage that fight, potentially, yeah. Sell GA and get Bork. Maybe. How much gold does he have? He definitely could get it. Or maybe he did sell it, and maybe he just didn't have enough after he sold it. I think you only get 800 for selling GA.
Well, you have the cooldown up. I think it's fine to just sit on it.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to make like a desperate play for the Elder, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I think them losing the Ocean Soul, that TP play where they were pushing mid with the Baron might have been the big nail in the coffin this game. That was the main issue, I think, unfortunately. Aristocrat backing and them then getting collapsed on. There's still a chance, obviously.
They might try to sneak this Elder, but KFC is just going mid.
Oh, KFC's just rushing down the base. Yeah, it looks like they might just lose here. Vindictus has a flank. I don't know if it's going to matter. Oh yeah, Volibear can turn the turrets up.
Oh. But it even did damage.
Dr. Tree getting collapsed on. They're just hitting the Nexus. Too many minions. Canadian KFC able to take another banger game. Wow. Almost able to pull it out again, Bonk Gang. Those are two really close games.
Yeah, they're team fighting.
54K.
I think the dragon play kind of set them out of it, but
yeah,
Dr. Tree played these fights really well.
Yeah, Dr. Tree, both games, team fought super well. I do think that, yeah, it's unfortunate. I think also very hard for Vindictus to do anything in these fights. Like, he got shut down both games. They just really hard camp mid lane. Made it very difficult for him to play. And in this game, it was like even harder because he just was being hunted in the side lane. Aristocrat as well was being hunted. Ninja Bear was able to like really force his way, and we kind of talked about it. Volibear got to really pop off, and he did the most damage on his team, 44k.
That seems
Julie
higher
was,
than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Julie was able to really pop off on this Volibear, which was banned game 1, mind you, and then they replaced it with the Talia ban. So, but yeah, really good series.
They're a really good series.
Bonk Gang having a sort of a resurgence. They were able to give a dominant Canadian KFC, who's been dominant the last 3 games, like a run for their money. Not only did they win game 1, but game 2 was down to the wire, potentially won or lost off a single fight. Yeah, really well done. So here's how we're gonna do this. I don't have access to bringing people to the casting channel, and we're in a private Discord. So I'm gonna ask for one interview from each team, and I'm gonna have the person join me in the community channel with Arthur. We're gonna go over there now. We can get an interview from either team, whoever shows up first. If you guys want to maybe go and, yeah, whoever shows up first, we'll just one person from each team, a couple cool questions. I know it's late for most of us. Dr. Tree, hello. You played your heart out, both series, or both games. You were
Thank you. I tried my best.
popping off on the Zaya. If they didn't have the Ocean Soul in that last fight, I think you would have been able to clutch it out. You had 2 incredible feather calls. Really well done.
Thank you. I was just
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just trying my best that series to really stay alive. Or that game really, because their team, like, you saw me get run down from mid lane. And I was just constantly thinking about that whole game. But yeah.
Yeah.
The Predator Ghost Volibear is so hard to get away from.
So fast. So, game 1, you guys had like a really epic comeback. and you opted to ban the Volibear. So game two, what was there was you decided to let the Volibear up. Was there?
So with that, we weren't too concerned about the Volibear. The main problem in the first game was the Talia. Their jungler did an excellent job in the first game, making the Talia was just so dominant for like more than half of that game. And if we didn't get two amazing Baron and Dragon Seals by our jungler, we would not have had any chance to win that game. So the Volibear, honestly, while he was good, he wasn't nearly as impactful in that game as the Nocturne was. It was definitely a really annoying champ to deal with, but I don't think, especially with the way we built our team, we just built for hard disengage, and I don't think the volley was as impactful. Like you could put almost any other hard engage tank in there for volley, and it would have probably done the same thing.
True. In game one, they showed a strat where they very much focused your mid laner, which is reasonable, right? After his pop-offs last week, we thought maybe there would be some pressure mid, and also we've seen Canadian KFC kind of play through mid. Going into game two, did you guys, when you picked the Cassiopeia, did you guys have a feeling that they would potentially still try to camp mid? Did you guys have a feeling, like what was the talk about the strategy going into game two? The Xayah takeaway was nice, but what were your guys' thoughts after game one, and what changed? What in your minds going into game two?
Going into game two, we were really focusing on their jungler, to be honest. Like their mid lane, we thought it was a good matchup, but we thought that we could definitely survive it. And even though they focused a lot on mid, we thought our mid laner could definitely survive and just stay like stable in that area. We are more focused on taking away the heavy early game engage, dominating jungle picks. To try and get a little bit more stability there, and then try and like outlast them and win team fights later on. We just got caught out a little bit too often, I think, and they managed to pull ahead.
Nice. Last question. You guys have had a little bit of a resurgence with picking up Invictus, right?
Yes.
Here, which is cool to see. He's a great player. We're glad to see him back in the league. How has it been for your team? How's the change been for your team? Just adding him into the roster.
Vindictus has been great. He's been really playing pretty well in the past two series we played. We also, as a team, I think, just got a lot better at our team play. We got pretty hard stomped in the first few series that we played, and we figured out like how we're going to play together and how we can just keep our games together so that we can survive to the late game, because we know our early games are very weak, and we've made a lot of progress in being able to survive that and get to the late game where we can really pull it back and shine.
Yeah, you guys, I would say, have showed like, even though game two that was taken by them and it was pretty close, I would say like both games you guys really showed your prowess in like team fighting. I was really impressed with that, and yeah, so I'm glad to see you guys improving. I'm excited to watch more of you guys in the future. I think this was a cool series. I have a lot of. I really think the Canadian KFC team, after week one, their evolution has become like one of the top teams in the league, and to see you guys come out and battle them so close is pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, they're a very good team, and we respect them a lot. Thanks for the interview, and as always, go Bonk gang.
Bonk gang.
Good Bonk gang.
Anyone from Canadian KFC want to hop in community? If not, totally okay. Julie, come into community. Hello.
It's me, Julie.
It's the Volibear Master.
Yeah,
You got your Volibear. Game 2, were you excited?
it was fun.
You got to play the fast Volibear this game too.
Yeah, that was my secret strat that I was talking about in community.
Yeah.
It wasn't that amazing, but I liked it.
I mean, you guys, it did
You're
work
fast.
well, and you were able to get a lot of side lane pressure with the Nocturne. So
That's true.
Julie,
That's what it's supposed to do.
game 2,
Uh huh.
or game 1, You guys
Uh-huh.
had a classic, as I said, Canadian KFC start where you were very high tempo and
Uh-huh.
were crushing.
Okay, about that, let me just say, I fucked up. Right when the dragon fight started, when Mordekaiser TP'd in and ultied me, I flashed because I was trying to ping. The
Oh
whole game
no.
would have
really?
been the whole game would have been won
Oh.
by us.
Oh,
If
we
I didn't
wondering why you
flash
were
by accident.
flashing.
Yeah, my flash. I was trying to ping Nautilus because he was coming with the ward, and all of a sudden I hear like the flash noise, and I was like, okay, well, shit. Now I don't have flash. Oh god, Mordekaiser's steeping in. Oh god, I don't have flash. I'm dead.
Oh
If
my
I
god.
had flash, I saw a little space behind the wall, which I could have flashed over, and I was like, if I just hit it, just if I just hit it, I would have lived, or not hit it, but if I just didn't hit it before, I would have lived. So
True.
honestly, that's part of it. My AD carry has a few things to say about the Baron steal. We know it was blind, but when the steal was made, my AD carry accidentally pulled his feathers because I wanted to burst on my own. He pulled his feathers. He dropped it to 200 right when Trundle flashed into the pit. It was
They're Olaf, yeah.
bizarre to say the least.
Yeah. I mean, that was a game-saving play for sure.
Yeah.
So, you guys got to whip out a pick that we were both talking about. We thought Chris was going to pick out, which is the Nocturne mid,
Uh-huh.
to a lot of success. Have you guys been practicing with it up this week? Have you guys? I know he
Honestly,
personally has been, but as a team, have you guys been able to practice with this new pick?
honestly, all I've ever seen for the past 2 weeks is Nocturne mid.
Okay.
And quite frankly, I think he deserves this win.
I mean,
Like Ninja Bear deserves it. He's put so much practice into Nocturne. I don't see a world where he doesn't win at least one game on it. And having it being his debut game, hell yeah, that's cool.
nice, yeah. Um, you guys as a team, after week 1, have had this massive surgence where you've just been
Yeah.
crushing teams. I think the Spin
Mhm.
Doctors played you close one game,
Uh-huh.
but besides that, it's been like constant 2-0s and annihilations.
Yeah.
And and I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I thought it was gonna be a similar thing. And after seeing the start out, we got to see Bonk Gang show off their team fighting prowess as well. Not only
Yeah.
just the throws, but their late game is very strong. What are your thoughts on the Bonk Gang after
Bonk,
this?
Bonking just played really well. Honestly, I have to give it to them. They played team fights super well. In that Talia game, at some point I just felt like I was inting because I just couldn't get to a spot where I could safely combo.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
props to them, they did well.
yeah.
But I'm gonna leave right after I say this. But honestly, it doesn't matter because I'm a genetic freak.
Shout out to Julie,
Genetic freak.
genetic freak, the Volibear master himself. Everyone, thank you for watching. Mr. Dent,
Thanks,
do you have
guys.
anything else to say?
A good time.
I think you forgot one thing. If you're new to the stream, make sure to check out the low budget LCS Discord. You can find it below. Click on the little box to join. Also, we have a YouTube channel now. Check it out. You can find all the VODs there if you want to hear amazing casting. Thought Arthur's cast was amazing? Go back and rewatch it. Get that brilliant top lane insight. We'll be starting the new league here, probably the end of summer, if you want to join. But come hang out. The community here is great. It's a fun time. Thanks for both teams playing super well. Fun, and those of us who showed up in the chat, I know it's really late. Thanks again for watching. We will be having some games this weekend. Our game is this weekend as well. I'm not sure if it will be streamed. We'll try to get it streamed. But, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check the Discord. We'll be announcing if any games are going to be streamed up on the community page or the streaming schedule. And have a good night. Bye.